What's going on, fellas? How you doing, gentlemen? We not starting with no silent air today.
No silence, no awkwardness. I'm doing pretty
I
good.
mean, if you want awkward silence, I can always give you awkward silence.
I mean, it's gonna get awkward.
I mean that happens every time you get your highest trolley statement out because we gotta pause and absorb what you said, and then so we can come up with a response.
I mean, all right. So let me be clear for everybody in the audience who doesn't know. So every week, most of what we talk about is written. It's, you know it's coming. The difference is that when you're dealing with me, you never know what's coming.
Facts.
So these gentlemen always have to go through my motions. It's fun. It's so fun. Isn't it, Hustle?
Yeah.
It looked like you just got blue screen back there, bro.
Wait, blue screen. Oh no, it's Superman symbol. You know?
It's behind your
Put it
chair.
all
No, we can't see it.
No, we can't see
I gotta
it.
get a bigger one, but yeah,
Bigger one. Why?
bigger symbol, bigger Superman symbol, so you can see more of it.
I'll let you have your heroes. That's fine.
Oh, but if I had Spider-Man, it'd be a different story now, wouldn't it?
Yes. Iron Man, Batman,
You got
anybody but Captain America and Superman.
Damn, what Cap do?
Superman, Captain America.
What did Cap do? Are we gonna go there?
Oh god. Okay, Cap. That's the Civil War thing. It's not, well, hold on. Listen, we could have a whole segment about that because it's not as clear cut, black and white. This person's wrong. This person's wrong. You have to think of no. I see the look on your face. Cap and Tony both made good points. Neither one of them is fully right though. Okay. Tony's perspective is we need checks and balances on us, right? Because we're literally essentially all walking super weapons that have no one that we answer to, and there are no consequences for what we do, right? Cap's thing is, hey, that's kind of messed up that we have to register ourselves, and not only that, but like if we're beholden to a government agency, we're essentially also their weapons. So where do you find the balance between free agency, but also some kind of checks in case like y'all go rogue or one of y'all goes rogue and starts wrecking shit? Imagine if they lost control of the Hulk. Or what if one day the Hulk, Thor...
That was a bad example.
Okay, what if Thor goes rogue one day?
They just gonna have to take that L because you can't stop him.
Who's gonna stop Thor from deciding that he wants to like destroy everything? You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying. What's your beef with Superman? What did he do?
You don't even know what my beef with Cap is.
Yeah, you kind of did start a tangent, and you didn't even.
Wait, is it because
Cap? The way you started this was wild. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you said they both had valid points. Oh, so him and the Winter Soldier had valid points to jump my boy.
No. Okay, all right. See, no. Because I don't like that either. I thought that was
okay.
I
I'm about to say because legitimately, like, there's
the actual plot hole of that Tony getting angry at that is by that logic he should not be on a team with Hawkeye, who was mind controlled through Avengers, killed mad people. But it's different. Obviously, it's different because it was his parents. But he knew Bucky was mind controlled. He knew. Supposed to be the smartest man on the planet.
But Cap knew what was afoot and defended it.
They both wrong.
There was a plot afoot.
Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but did Bucky actually kill King T'Chaka or no?
No, that was Zemo.
Right. Never mind.
He had the mask. Another plot hole. See, I had so many problems with Civil War. Good movie, but the fact that people was like, "Oh, it's fine now." After you watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, it fixed a lot of stuff. I'm like, why did I have to wait for a TV series that came out 6 years later to fix plot holes in this movie? I can't analyze this movie off a show that don't exist. So I watch it for what I watch it for the product that was at the time. The movie's got mad plot holes.
Hey y'all.
How y'all doing?
What's up, V? How you doing? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Start Button number 80. So
Wait. Never answered what your beef was with Superman. What did he do?
we ain't 10 minutes in yet, so I'm just gonna keep going. So welcome to Start Button number 80.
Oh, that policy changed, by the way.
Oh, well then we'll make it simple. He's a bitch.
How? No, how? No, how? How? Explain.
Is he what? The symbol of hope for all of mankind? He put the team on his back every time, but yet he's also the first one to be controlled or taken out of the fight, right?
So
What's
now
Superman's
I ain't
stories
never
about?
known
Wait,
so
hold on.
many people to have kryptonite in my life.
So your
How you
beef
get
isn't with
so many
Superman.
pieces of a dead planet on this planet that was supposed to be light years away. He a bitch.
So your beef is not with Superman. Your beef
No.
is with the your beef is with the writers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
Superman as a character is great. Okay, so now you're hating. Okay, all right. Did you actually see the new Superman movie?
Hate.
it's not about the new Superman movie.
I'm
It's just
saying,
about
have you?
Superman? No, I have not.
You should go see it. It's actually really cool. I think you'd love it.
I'll see it eventually, I'm sure. Not in the theaters though.
I mean, it's almost out of the theaters now.
I'm sure it is.
It's on digital now.
Oh yeah, it's on digital. So go watch it on digital.
Now, do you mind if I get started?
Yeah, go ahead. I just
Okay.
wanted to know that before we started. I'm just saying.
I mean,
you said
you know.
Superman and
How you feel about
And
Spider-Man? No, I'm just- But continue.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Start Button number 80. This is our 80th episode. We actually started in September of 2023, so we are, I believe, 2 years in. Almost 2 years in. And you guys have ridden with us from the start to the finish, and we are not finished yet. So, number one, we appreciate you being here for all of these episodes. I mean, there probably have been more than 80. And of course, there have been some breaks in between. But 80 episodes is a milestone. So, I want to say thank you very much. Welcome to Start Button. This is a safe haven for geeks, nerds, dweebs, blurs, gamers, and everything in between. If you play a game, if you enjoy games, I don't care if it's a phone game, a card game, a board game, this is the place for you. Our mission here is education as well as entertainment. So today we are actually going to go through a little bit of both. Hopefully you'll be entertained, but today is going to be more educational than it is entertainment. If you have kids, you may want to watch, or you may want to take the cliff notes. If you have played games like Roblox yourself or online gaming, this is going to be for you. So now that we've gotten all of our introductions in, here with me, I have Mr. Hustle Simmons, and I also have, Mr. Raijin. And I'm your host, King Anarchy. So now, going through all of the information that we know we're going to go through, we're going to save the juicy stuff for later. I got a question today for you guys, because that's how we start off. We always start off with a question. So, for our question of the day, well, first and foremost, what is that? I don't know who that is.
Is that Loon?
No. Well, anyway, it sounds like it cleared up now. So anyway, before we get started, I just want to say that we thought that we came up in the wild, wild west of gaming, because when we started, there were no rules, there were no regulations, there wasn't even really online gaming. online gaming really didn't come around until somewhere around 2004.
Somewhere
online. Yeah, like when EverQuest WoW started. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So 2002 essentially.
Yeah.
Because WoW, I believe, first came out somewhere around 2001, 2002.
November 23rd, 2004.
2000 what?
2004.
4?
Permanently burned in my brain. Yep.
Well then, it looks like my first statement was correct. But either way, so online gaming really kind of started blowing up around there. And when online gaming started, we didn't have what is known as the internet toxicity because obviously it's the internet. The internet has always been a crazy place. There was always some toxicity going on, but you know, it wasn't as at the forefront of our minds. Nowadays, we know the dangers of things that are present for our kids. We know the dangers of things that are present for ourselves. We know that we can't give certain information. We know that we can't provide certain anything. We can't even say certain things without the fear of getting edited. So you think that freedom of speech happens, but you'll get canceled just the same as anything else.
Or worse, they'll get jailed.
True. DDoxed, you know, or DDoSed, or doxed, or you know, there's a whole bunch of things that are going on that you know you just really can't allow people to kind of, you know, have. So our question of the day today is: should governments and lawsuits decide how safe games like Roblox are, or is it still on us, the players and the parents, to kind of build those guardrails?
I think that realistically, the first step should be the damn company. They'd
Yeah.
actually protect their player base, whether it be like. But at the same time, it is kind of on us, especially when you got kids playing Roblox, just unmonitored, unfettered, just doing whatever online. They don't know what's going on.
So many parents are so like not involved in what their kids are doing. Don't know not a damn thing. It's like, well, here's a little iPad. Bye.
And it's kind of always been like that, because I remember like me and Hustle back in the day just being on AOL, like in this, the world's your oyster. No matter, just going whatever chat room was going on, didn't matter. Just find random stuff.
Loud ass chat rooms back then.
All right, so let me ask a question, because you just brought up AOL, and I know that I was an AOL kid, and I found the chat rooms is how I found role playing and things of that nature.
Yep.
And so, with that being said, do you think that our parents didn't monitor us because, you know, it was a lack of knowledge and awareness, or that they didn't care?
I think for us, it's a lack of knowledge, because we're the generation that's like, we weren't born when technology was like really analog. We were at the beginning of the digital age, right?
Okay.
So we kind of grew with the knowledge of the new stuff with us. Like, new technology came out, we grew up with it because we started off young, right? Our parents did not. So they didn't know any of the new stuff that came out. They just knew that it was this new thing. They bought it because we're kids, obviously, duh.
When you think about it, we were kind of the beta testers for like online like depravity. When you think about it,
Yeah. Yeah, we really were. No, we really were the beta testers for all the online activities that we have now today. Like, even social media, if you think about it, like, because we had MySpace,
LiveJournal, GeoCities blogs, like all that nonsense.
Yep, we were the beta testers for that stuff. There would not be TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and all that stuff if stuff like MySpace didn't exist like that beforehand, and GeoCities and LiveJournal and BedJournal and all those other sorts of things.
I don't know half of the things that you're referring to, so yeah. Sorry.
Damn.
But
I guess we are more terminally online than you.
Yeah, we were definitely in the trenches when we weren't supposed to be back then.
Yeah.
I know of things like Black Planet, MySpace. I am fully aware of things like The Loop, which was literally like a phone chat line for kids or
Oh
teenagers.
my god, the loop though? I remember
loop.
that.
Jeez.
So
Taking it back.
the internet's dangers weren't necessarily all too present, but there were other dangers because there were still those 1-900 numbers that people were calling and getting charged $2 a minute or something like that. That's how they were making their money, or that's how certain companies were making their money. They would have infomercials on TV and, well, call so you can talk to someone and have a friend or something crazy like that. Like, they had a whole bunch of things. They just did not advertise them during the day for kids, I'm guessing, because obviously once you call one of those toll lines, they're literally charging you by the minute. So, all right, pardon me. So you're saying it's on the parents and the players?
Yeah, a lot of it is on the parents. Like, you have to know what your kid or nephew or niece are getting into when it comes to like the online space. Even when it comes to things like just online gaming in general now. That's a crazy.
What did the TV yell at us on Fox 10 o'clock every night? It's 10 p.m.
You know where your
children are? That won't apply just physically where they at. It's like, what are they doing?
It should apply also to digitally. Where are your children digitally? Where are they in the online space? Are they on social media doing shit that they shouldn't be doing? Are they engaged?
Well, nowadays, I'm going to keep it real funky with you. Nowadays, the kids will give you their TikToks and their Instagrams and things of that nature, but they're going to give you the burner page. They're going to have a private or a secret page that you're not on, that they can do whatever it is that they do it.
Yeah. And that's sad.
If the kid doesn't have their phone, their world collapses. Kevin Hart's jokes weren't jokes. They literally melt.
Yeah.
Melt.
Yeah. But that is also not a new thing. I remember specifically back in the day, he remembers this too. It was like two girls that got in massive trouble back in what was it, like Piscataway High? Because they were doing shit they wasn't supposed to be doing on social media with like some boys and shit. And that shit went like, wow. This is back when we were in high school. Like, yeah, they got a shit ton of
Tommy, you know I can't say that out loud. We're not doing that. So now the next question is, and this is just this is follow-up, obviously, but if the responsibilities are not with the government, should the companies who make the games be responsible for safety in their games?
They have to have.
I mean, we're definitely going to get into the details of like safety, but like when you go on certain websites, they ask you, like when you sign up for Instagram, what's the first thing it asks you when you sign up for Instagram?
I think it has ID check now.
No, are you 13 or over?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember that, but yeah.
Yeah, when you're making a new Instagram account, when you're making a new Facebook account, when you're making a new any kind of account, most of the time they're asking you, are you 13 or over? Because if you're under the age of 13, I believe it's like a federal law that you have to have parents' permission before you even can register for an account for something. It's again protecting children. So these are things that are built into the app. Is it the company's responsibility to build things like that into their apps, into their games, into their various things where online interactions are possible? Or literally, should a parent be helicopter and making sure that nobody's saying anything sideways in their child's ear while they got the headset on?
I think there should be both in a way.
The company has to have some kind of system of checks and balances.
Yeah, there has to be TOSs. There has to be moderators. Is a big thing. Like, we can't just leave AI to do everything. I do think you need human moderation for a lot of these things. And because places like Meta are starting to move away from actual human moderators to moderate content, and more so AI don't catch everything like a human can. AI doesn't decipher things properly like a human's supposed to decipher things, which is why certain things get snuck through the cracks on like things like TikTok and stuff like that. Like, I've been wrongfully like hit with little warnings and stuff on TikTok, but TikTok will have a whole dude reciting a racist song from American History X. Leave his video up there saying slurs and all that. No problem.
I'm not gonna comment about some of the things that I've gotten off of TikTok.
But it's like they leave an AI to moderate that stuff. And because the AI doesn't really know things fully like a human does, like a human, if a human's moderating to a ton of, millions of videos, right? And you see that of a guy reciting a song from like a racist song from a movie, slurs and all that, as a human whose your job is to follow the TOS and the laws of whatever the company sets, right? You see that as a human, you go, reported and account banned. That's what you do. The AI is like, I don't know.
I think the AI.
I don't think it's offensive.
The AI only cares once it has a certain number of reports.
Yeah, that's it. But that's why I think it's on the company. It's also on the parents. You can't leave the company to literally babysit your child. You should be knowing what your child is doing on there. Hell, listen, I get trying to give your kid some agency and freedom, letting them kind of like have fun on their own, right?
But at what age do you give them agency and freedom?
That's tough.
Because at what age do kids start playing Roblox?
That's the thing.
Like there's like 7, 8-year-olds on there.
There are 5-year-olds on there.
But it's different for kids now than it was us. At their age, 7 and 8, right? What were y'all doing? Going outside and playing with other kids in the neighborhood.
Correct.
Kids these days don't do that. I mean, I've seen kids around here play outside.
Why don't they?
Digital age.
No.
They don't find other kids. They don't make friends with kids at school. Like they don't have play dates.
Truth. That's not the truth.
I mean, like again, I don't know if kids have play dates anymore. Like we used to as kids, where you go over to your friend's house, or your friend comes
Usually
over to your house.
no. But do you know why?
I don't know why.
Because in 2025, in this age and time that we're in, the parents don't trust people. You don't know if you're going over somebody's house and somebody is putting something in food or in water. You don't know if somebody's going to kidnap, snatch. The way that grown people are shoved into cars and trafficked. You're not going to let your kids outside to play while you're not sitting there looking at them, eyeballs directly on them. It's just not going to happen. So your kids are infinitely safer in the house doing whatever, where you can see them, where you know that they're in your safe 4 walls. The problem is that there are hidden dangers even with online interactions.
I think online is almost
just as bad.
Online is, in my opinion, I think online is worse. The chances of, listen, I'm not a cop, so I don't know the statistics of the chances of you getting kidnapped outside, right? As a child.
The amount of videos that you can find on people being kidnapped. There are literally videos out there right now where they'll show a woman who's walking with a man, like a man is holding her arm or got his arm around her. Yeah. And what she'll do is she'll tap somebody as she walks past, and behind her back, she's doing this. Yeah. And that's a symbol like, I am in trouble.
Yeah.
Save me. The fact that you need to bring awareness to those type of things.
Oh, no, I agree with you. What I'm saying is, what do you have a higher percentage of a child witnessing or being exposed to? Do you have a child having a higher chance of being kidnapped off the streets while playing with their friends, or them accessing content that they ain't supposed to access, or them being exposed to online predators?
You're going to have a higher percentage of
more content. Of a likely percentage.
Yeah, because that's, again, the freedom of search and expression or whatever. But what I'm saying is that neither of them are good.
No, and I know. I'm not like, arguing which one is like better. I'm just saying, like, I think if a child is in a safe, people have moved into a safe neighborhood, or neighborhood they deem safe, right? And there's a sense of community. Like, that's another thing too. a lot of neighborhoods are very like isolated. People don't talk to their neighbors anymore. They don't. There's no sense of community anymore. I remember growing up, we used to go over everybody's house that was on the block. Right? My next door neighbor, I used to go over their house and help them with their garden, and then they would give us vegetables.
But
I
that
was,
was
like,
also
close
before
friends
the
with
age
the-
of
with
cell
the daughter.
phones. So you had rules back then too. You knew to be
Yeah.
in the house when them lights came on.
We had neighborhood watches, which I don't think neighborhood watches are a thing anymore. Like a whole
You
neighborhood
supposed to
watch
trust-
association.
So you're supposed to trust a stranger to watch over your stuff? Oh, the world
You're
is
supposed
just,
to.
the world is just that messed up. So it seems.
The world's supposed to be a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
ways, and this is where we at now. This is society now.
Because we live in a society where it's every man for himself.
We're
Everybody
living in a
used to have-
society.
But everybody used to have, especially in, again, this is like, I hate saying this, but this is also like, in black neighborhoods, typically, there's more,
Back in my day, just say it.
in black neighborhoods and Caribbean neighborhoods, it's more of like, you're supposed to know everybody within that neighborhood, right? Like, think
Wow.
about,
Why?
this is how we are.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's a rash generalization because people.
How many
are
people,
individual.
okay, how many people do you know in your neighborhood?
I live in a complex with 22 different units.
How many people have you known?
I am on the board, the condo association.
Okay, so
And to say I personally know, like, and can go outside and talk to,
Yeah.
3.
okay, 3. Well, how many did your grandma know?
3.
Your grandma only knew 3.
No, sorry. 1 now.
Okay,
Maybe
before
2.
that, it was 3.
No, before that it was like back in the day it used to be a bunch of people.
Okay, back.
You knew of
okay,
them, but,
you see
like,
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Back then,
back
used to
in the
be a
day, it was
bunch of
people because they would go outside and interact with one another. But now, again, time
I
has
think COVID
passed.
also did that too.
Nah,
No, even before COVID,
it was before
people
COVID.
move, and when people move, and like, so they don't come outside. Nobody comes out. Nobody, like, you might see somebody walking. You might see somebody in passing, but like, in order to like stop and say, I know their name. I know that, like, I can recognize pretty much everybody by face, but that's because I see what's going on. But does that mean I'm interacting and like I could be like, yo, everybody in this complex can come to my house for a cookout? No.
He said, "I don't trust none of y'all.
I mean, it's the
Just
same
stay
thing.
away from my house."
I mean, it's the same thing in my house where we live. I can converse, like, not out of like feel obligation. Like, I can have a solid conversation with 2 houses on this street.
Damn.
Bought this house 5 years ago. Like,
Mind you, we got the one guy down the street that's like,
well, there's a couple of a certain.
But you also got to realize that now, in addition to things like racism that exist, in addition to things like, sexism that exist, we have new reasons to discriminate against people. You're gay. You like Donald Trump. You're a Republican.
You're a
People
clanker.
like you're Christian, you're Muslim. Like, people are literally segregating themselves into smaller and smaller sections and segments,
but that
and
also-
finding new reasons not to want to associate with other people. Every day, there's
It's
a
hard.
new reason.
It's hard
You're
to associate
tall.
with,
You're
it's hard to
short.
associate with someone when they like literally hate you for something that you cannot change.
But it's easy to not hate somebody because you think that they hate you.
Is that really hate or is it caution? If you are like, let's say,
Do you treat them differently than you would treat anybody else?
Nah, I'd probably still talk to him, but like kind of like I got my eye
If
on
you
him.
treat somebody differently than you would treat anybody else, it's not caution, it's discrimination.
I don't know, I'm cautious of dudes with frayed hats and Oakley glasses on.
But I wear Oakley glasses.
You wear a frayed hat,
You were
I don't even know what a frayed hat is.
where the brim is like tattered and frayed on the front.
bro, and I'll put the stick of wheat in my mouth and say, I can fix that.
All I'm saying, like, you know where I'm going with this.
Put on your cot.
You know
Put
what
on
I
your cot
mean.
hot. Put on your
But
cot hot.
To
food
tell
with
me that because I look like this, you afraid of me, or I'm gonna treat you different. Like, that's crazy.
It's crazy, but I get it. That's like,
But-
all right.
But the thing is, that's not us as black people. That's not our fault.
Yeah.
Is it?
I said it's not our fault.
We absorb that, and so now we exude that.
We're a process of the environment we were put in.
A product of the environment still becomes a product of the environment, spewing the same environmental stuff that got put into them. And thus, all you're doing is teaching other people how to be a product of that environment.
But here's the thing, though. If you're in like fucking,
And when you're out of that environment, what are you doing?
if you're in like the deep south, you're not gonna be a little cautious as a black person.
There's a difference between cautious and again something else. Like if you're cautious, you're gonna keep your head on. You're gonna keep an eye out. You're gonna make sure that you know what's going on around you, right? You might watch what you say, but you're not gonna watch what you say to this black man and then not watch what you say to this white man. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna be cautious in general because you don't know where you are. Am I right?
If it starts to look a little sundown towny, I'm gonna be very cautious.
Okay.
Like, all right, hold on. If you're in Clark, you not gonna be cautious?
No.
Cap. That's cap, bro. Come on. Clark, New Jersey.
No.
Knowing how Clark is.
I don't know how Clark is.
It's
I know how
racist.
Westfield is. And I know that no matter what I do when I drive through Westfield, I'm going to get pulled over before I leave those city limits. So no.
I've never seen it happen in Westfield. Not saying it hasn't.
Every time I go
Westfield.
through Westfield, if I make a stop in Westfield, I'm getting pulled over before I leave Westfield. I promise you.
Oh,
For something.
fuck, that's crazy.
No.
So you get pulled over more in Westfield than you do in Clark?
Yes.
That's wild. That's wild.
Yes. Everybody's experiences are different. Mine is from experience. It's learned behavior. So I don't know anything about Clark. I know about Westfield. I know what this city does. I don't know what that city does. My experiences are different. But I'm not going to do certain things before I have had said experience.
What if you have had said experience?
If I've had said experience, then I'm not being cautious.
Like-
now I'm actually reacting based upon an experience.
Like, okay, like, all right. Most women, like 90% of women, are cautious of men. For good
And
reason.
90% of women have had an experience where a man has taken advantage of them in some way, shape, or form. Because most men, quote unquote, don't know how to keep their hands to themselves, starting at a young age.
Okay. And most black people have experienced racism before in some instance.
And I can guarantee you that you've experienced more racism from other black people than you have from white people.
That's cap. No, never had. Listen, my first experience was when I was like 6 years old. I've never had a black person tell me that they couldn't play with me because I was black. That happened when I was 6 years fucking old, dude. I still remember this. I remember going home crying to my mother, talking about, like, I don't understand why this little white girl doesn't want to play with me because I'm black. And she had to explain to me what racism was. Her 6-year-old son.
You know why that's perceived as racism? Because the little girl's skin color was different from yours. Do you know why she said it? Because her parents told her to.
So then how do black
It might
people
not have been
experience-
her belief.
So then how do black people experience more racism from black people then? Because that's a
I'm not
wild ass
saying-
statement.
Colorism. Oh, you
I was-
light
I-
skin.
I-
You
I was
light
about to be
skin.
I was about to be like, yeah, like be light skin.
I'm just saying.
That's the thing.
How many times you've been driving and just because somebody was Spanish, you done called them some kind of name?
I never have.
Is it because you don't drive?
It's because I don't call people slurs.
I never said a slur. I said some kind of name.
No, I haven't.
Calling someone because they're Hispanic, calling somebody, oh, those Puerto Ricans down the street. You don't know that they're Puerto Ricans.
I've never done that.
I'm just saying, this is commonplace. Oh, this Mexican over there. How you know he was Mexican? You talked to him?
I've never said that.
I'm
being
just
for real.
What I'm saying is that I see it all the time. I see it all the time.
Back to start button.
I hear black people say, "Oh, we can't be racist." You can be just as discriminatory as towards somebody as people can be towards you.
Because now we're talking racism versus prejudice. Prejudice and racism are two completely different things.
Absolutely.
Right?
And what I'm saying is that racism is prejudice towards somebody for the sake of what their race is.
Colorism would fall under prejudice.
That is absolutely true.
You're still someone black, but they're prejudiced against you or discriminatory because of your skin tone. Like if a dude is like let's say a dude that's like my skin tone is like, I only date light-skinned girls. That's a prejudice against dark-skinned girls. Same way that but
if you only date white women, now
I don't date light-skinned guys. That's the same thing.
But if you only date white women, is that racist?
Okay? It's self-hating. Hold on.
How?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Let me fix that. Statement. It's self-hating if you are putting down other black women to prop up the white women that you date.
I never said that.
That's self-hating. But no, I'm saying I'm not saying in general. I think having a racial preference in general of I only date said race is weird as fuck. There is some racial things there.
I live in an area where now it's predominantly Hispanic. So if I decided that all I'm going to date is Hispanic women from here forward, because that's what I prefer, because I like the Latin language. I like everything about Latinas, and I'm not really black women. Not my thing. All right, cool.
It's so going to get clipped out of context. That is
what I'm saying is me saying that, is that considered racist? I'm not saying anything bad about black women.
It's definitely self-hating. I don't know if racist.
How is it self-hating when I'm just telling? Oh, I literally just said.
Why though?
I'm not saying anything bad about black women at all. I'm telling you now what my preference is.
But why does it like that? But you don't. But you do realize how weird that sounds, though, right? Of I'm only going to date said other race. Blah. Doesn't matter if I give a shit about their personality or anything like that. They just have to be this first. That's mad weird. Am I wrong?
No, when I've noticed some of the years just from moving different areas, it's like that. People will have a preference like that, but I think it's inherently it's hard to say. It's like half racist, half prejudice. It's like somebody say oh, I only date what you laughing at? If I only date Filipino women. It's why though? It's no other women.
It's mad weird.
Is it really?
It's weird. It's weird.
So to say that you only date women that are under 250 pounds is weird because you're not even taking into consideration their personality, right?
That's not the same as a race. You can change your weight. You can't change your race. Unless you're Sammy Sosa. Then you that nigga went from Dominican to white to Dominican.
Okay. All right. We're not really here to talk about racial this and that, but getting into the differences between why kids were allowed to go outside and why kids went outside versus why people are online. So, wow. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on our question of the day for too long because we got a lot of information to cover, but I do have another follow-up. Was it really the wild, wild west of gaming when you were growing?
What?
Going to rec rooms, going to game rooms, going to video stores, things of that nature.
You know what's wild? We lived in an era where, depending on the video store, you get a video game and it'll also be porno literally downstairs too, depending on the store. There was the one on what was the one that used to be around the corner?
$1 million video.
Down the street from you.
$1 million video. That's what it was.
$1 million video. They had an adult section at the bottom of
They
it.
did.
So you could literally get family movie, video game, porno.
It's like we got Aladdin, and then before the kids go to sleep, we got Backdoor Sluts 9, and then they can play Batman. Then they can play Batman Forever in the morning on the Super Nintendo. It's like,
Exactly. That's really what it was. Yo, the 90s and 80s was wild.
so to answer your
Wild.
question, yes, it was kind of the Wild Wild West back then when you think about it.
I mean, it's not as
I
wild
mean,
as like
we answered the
going
question
like-
right there.
Going to sit at somebody else's house. You could be gone off the streets for hours in somebody else's house, sitting there playing with another kid because y'all needed to sit next to each other to play a game on co-op or to play
Yeah.
versus each other.
the first one to lose gives the control up to the next kid.
Interaction
That's
was
how we did
different.
things.
Was it the Wild Wild West? Maybe, maybe not. But the interaction was different. I truly believe that the interaction was different.
I went to so many people's houses that my mom did not know as a kid. But they were all on the block, but my mom didn't know the parents. And I still went over their house.
So, do you think that the introduction of online multiplayer changed how safe our games are?
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
because
it-
it opened new avenues for because think about it, like when chat rooms started up. That's how a lot of people end up going like missing or like traveling elsewhere. It just opened up more avenues to contact people. People who are easily influenced or swayed by certain things that are said online. So it did add new means for potential predators to access people.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
because
it was just unfortunately just a product of how the technology advanced.
because before the advent of the internet, like kids would just be hanging out with kids, right? But now you put the online space where now you have adults and children freely in the same space anonymously. That's kind of a recipe for disaster, which is why I
think
don't.
I think being anonymous is a recipe for disaster in the first place because
That's true.
notice that people have a lot more gusto, a lot more courage when they're anonymous. When other people can't see their face, especially when they know that the other people don't know what they look like.
Yeah. That is true.
I mean, and then Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back taught us like, what would we do if we could like have a list of the people, names, and addresses that was talking wild online?
See, Nicholas brought up a good point. The character I play, Sable, literally gets targeted every game I go into solo due to stereotyping like tunneled by survivors and killers.
Oh, this is talking about Dead by Daylight.
Probably.
I'm assuming
But-
don't matter the language, but
Wait,
that community is terrible. So that's their fault.
But what community isn't terrible? The League community.
oh
is
yeah,
literally
yeah, yeah.
toxic.
That is Dead by
You know,
Daylight.
Dead by Daylight community is considered terrible. The Call of Duty community is terrible. The 2K community is terrible. There's no community that's actually a positive community at this point, except for maybe Star Citizen.
Wait, why does Sable get targeted?
I don't know. I don't.
People
play that game.
Dead by Daylight.
I'm asking.
Dead
the
by
question,
Daylight people
Nick.
don't make sense. Like they
No,
get
but
mad, they get mad at you for playing the game. Like I don't think there's any logical reason as to why they hate certain characters. Like why is the
But-
killer killing me? Because that's my job. Why am I playing? What turn the
Does,
game?
does-
It's like
does anything need logic anymore? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I'm trying to figure out if it's like because Dead by Daylight has a lot of different representation. So I'm wondering if it's like a thing of like, oh, I targeted her because she's a lesbian, or I don't know anything about her. That's why I'm asking Nicholas about character because that does
I mean,
that weirdly happens too of like people targeting certain characters because of like
she got
race,
white hair and
ethnicity,
pink
or-
highlights.
wait what?
She's a white girl, got white hair and pink highlights at the end, and pink tips at the end of white hair. Like, oh.
interesting.
Is there maybe her perks? I don't know. Like I tried playing Dead by Daylight. I could not get into it because of the community. So
It is
like,
and it is slightly imbalanced. Like, not everything is.
It's literally some weird hate with goth purple haired girl that I guess like is the butt end with why they are no other variety of like I guess other types of characters. So it's like because it's
They hating on the goth women. Make the world go round.
Too. That's a thing too.
Hey,
So
goth
if you
the
had
nicest
kids,
people
would you
I've
let
ever
them
met.
play games online or not? And why or why not?
But weird shit like that does happen. People just like, I hate goth, so target this character. It's like, wrong with y'all.
So
remember, there
would
was that weird. Remember, that was that weirdo that was like in Red Dead, that was like just going around tying suffragettes to a train track. It's just like you need therapy, dude.
I mean, there was also KKK in Red Dead. So would
like-
you let your kids play games online?
I do not want to. I do not. I no. I refuse. I'm sorry.
I would hold out against them playing online as long as I could.
Yeah.
But like it's gonna eventually happen.
Yeah.
It damn sure is not gonna be like before 12, I think.
And it doesn't help because they'll have friends that their parents are gonna let them do whatever online, and then they'll be like, but blah 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 gets to go play Fortnite or whatever, and it's just like you have to tell. Then you have to sit there telling the kid like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. We work in game stores. We know how to. You know how that goes.
Tommy,
Oh, I'm gonna buy.
I can guarantee you that it's going to be a choice by the time your kids are 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, with how
Some
easy
parents
things
do.
are to get the access between the main topic what we're getting to later, Roblox and Fortnite, like and how like literally just giving them basic things. It's like, oh, literally I can have online game now and with no
the
like
phone itself.
any kind of like coverage or like vetting of the game whatsoever.
But we've seen it in game stores. Parents coming in talking about like, oh, is it okay for me to buy my 8-year-old son Call of Duty?
You know how many dirty looks
No.
I got at Game Crazy when like because I would have the same like different families of kids coming in. They would pop in the Hollywood video, rent a movie, pop over to the Game Crazy side, and they're like, and there are times where I was like, man, I can't have you back on this one. Like I remember a 9-10-year-old kid was like, ooh, my son really wants to get God of War 2. Should I buy it for him? I'm like, no.
I was the employee that
give him a
kids
couple
hated to
years.
see because the parents would come in and they would bring certain games to the register, Saints Row, for instance, and I would look at the parent and I would say, I just want to know that you know what's in this game before I sell this to you. Because if I don't say anything before you buy this game and you see what's happening, I don't want you to be upset at this store or its employees because you didn't know. So, Are you sure that you want to buy this game for your child? Why? What's in it? There are things like toilet plunger launchers. There are things like dildo bats. There are different devices in this game that you may not want your child to see. So I need to make sure that you know what's here. Now, if they decided, oh, it's fine, they'll be okay.
That's on them.
Yeah, that you did your job. Your conscience is clear. You gave them the warning.
Absolutely. So,
Can't
like
come
I
in there
said,
talking about like, oh, I can't believe,
right. There are some kids where the parents was like, "Oh, I didn't know that was in there. No, I'm not gonna get this."
Yeah.
Hey, that as long as I
Good
did
on them as a
my
parent.
part, I'm fine. So,
of course, kids be all upset because it's. I think a lot of it is literally just kids with FOMO. A lot of it is just FOMO. Like,
absolutely.
everybody in
Everything is
school's
FOMO
playing it. Why can't I play it? Because they're not my kid. Simple.
All right.
There it goes. They're not my kid. They're not you, where I'm your parent and I have to properly parent you. So because you're not my kid, I don't care what they do. I care what you do. Not the same.
So now we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of tonight's episode. We got kind of 2 segments that are really the meat and potatoes. So the first one is going to be essentially about early scandals and things of that nature that have happened in online games. So Habbo Hotel raids, Club Penguin had fan servers, Second Life had adult spaces. Roblox has issues now. Can anybody explain what's going on with Roblox right now? Why it's big news, or should I just go into it myself?
Okay, so the big problem that's happening right now is Roblox just banned a guy who was on there catching predators. His name was Schlep.
But to give a quick little like pretext to that, the reason why this dude was doing what he's doing is because he was a victim, so he decided to help other potential victims. But continue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before you go further into that, actually, let me kind of give a little bit of background aside from what's happening right now. So, obviously there's a bunch of stuff going on. There's a bunch of sexually suggestive material. Asmongold showed that on his own stream. He walked down the street as a Roblox character and walks past someone who made their character's design have a BBL.
Yeah.
And just stood there and was like, bro, this is ridiculous. Like, you can literally find that online.
Yep.
So there's a bunch of sexually suggestive material. There's in-game predators talking to children. There are kids meeting other people in real life and interacting with them. As if they're other kids, it sounds fine, but you meet somebody in Roblox and then you go to their house and you want to play, whatever. There are tons of instances where where people can say that like a company who designs and manages the game can kind of put in safeguards, protect children from predators, or even stop the suggestive material. You know what I'm saying? That's why things like the ESRB exists. Like maybe Roblox should have a game, should be a game that has a mature rating. So this way, when people buy, they buy with the knowledge that, hey, you can actually experience some mature content.
They had a dude. I seen a clip of a dude running around pretending he was Diddy in Roblox, like literally chasing after other people's characters, which I assume are probably not all adults. Talking about like ain't no party like a Diddy party and using suggestive animations on them and shit. It's like, dude, what? What the hell?
Continue the story about Schlep.
Okay, so Schlep was going around catching and exposing predators, and he actually was working with police to arrest these guys.
He was Chris Hansen.
Basically digital Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen and what Gideon's doing now. So that's like his whole YouTube thing now.
Yeah. And Roblox banned him under the pretenses of like, oh, well, you were pretending to be a child. So we got to ban you for that. It's like, but he was doing it to catch literal predators. He has a list of people that he has gotten arrested and they've gone to jail. Like, what he's doing works. Like, it's no different than Chris Hansen and his team, where they act as a decoy to catch actual predators. It's that, just digital form. Literally the same thing. Because these aren't children that these guys are talking to on To Catch a Predator. They're literally grown-ass adults. But you don't see Chris Hansen going to jail, oh, well, you're impersonating a child. What are we talking about? So that has gotten the entire community up in arms, rightfully so, of like how the Roblox CEO has been handling the situation. First off, Schlep shouldn't have been banned. He's been doing a good thing. He's getting these crazy ass online predators off. The rabbit hole of the crazy amount of things that kids can be exposed to on just Roblox itself is insane. We're talking fascist cults. We're talking things called condo games, which condo games are like basically like sex houses or whatever. These are what kids are easily having access to. That Roblox doesn't seem to stop.
I actually have a friend who said that he's been playing Roblox since he was 9. He's 25 years old, still plays. And so what he said was that there's so much more than what people know about on Roblox. He said there's a market for gambling for kids and like a lot of the games with like Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
You know, And then, of course, there's the thing called Roblox Condo, which is literally people role playing sex cults and involving minors.
Yes.
He was like, he said it's really bad,
Yeah.
and they don't hide it anymore. It's out in the open for gambling stuff. They were like, there's a guy who spent more than 20 grand just to get shiny capsule units. 20 grand. 20 grand. He said it's easy for parents to tell their kids not to talk to strangers, but it's a lot harder for you to tell your kids don't spend your Robux on this because it's gambling. You're blurring all the lines.
And the other messed up thing with how, like, looking into the details of how, like, they try to entice these kids is, like, they'll use the Robux as ways to entice them to, like, oh, hey, like, come hang out and talk to me in these, like, chats. We can talk about stuff. Well, I'll give you, like, 5,000 Robux. And, like, oh, what? And then getting groomed that way. Go boy, Robux. And, like we joke, but unfortunately, that's, like, how the mental process works. It's, like, and they're just getting enticed in and get baited in, and some kidnapping situations and SAE situations happen. It's like we gonna talk about that in a minute too.
Yeah, it'll be like, if you meet me, I'll give you like 10,000 Robux, and they're just like, oh, what? 10,000 Robux? Hell,
like I said, we're gonna talk about stuff like that too, because there's a lot going into that. But yes,
I mean, you got shit like.
It's just these are safety scandals in these games. And right now, Roblox is at the front of it all. Roblox is number one, a publicly traded company.
Yep.
Publicly traded. You can buy stock in Roblox. You've been able to buy stock in Roblox for years. Publicly traded company. So to know that all of this scandal is going on right now in Roblox, and Roblox is on the market, obviously, because of everything that's happening, their stock is falling.
And it's sad too, because there is some cool stuff in there. Like, I've seen a whole, like, legit Call of Duty game where they've made the models that look like just human models and all that stuff, like, really cool gunplay, and it looks like Call of Duty. So there is cool stuff there, but there's also so much unsafe stuff
but it's open source, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Anything open source can be a problem.
Open source. It's
and 90% of the time it is a problem somehow, some way, because they're circumventing something somewhere. Just how it happens.
I don't know if it's a problem with moderation. Like, they don't know how to moderate shit. Like, I don't know if that's the thing.
So
they're having trouble with, but yeah, it's bad.
What's the first time that you remember hearing about a safety scandal in a game?
Does AOL count?
Huh?
AOL count?
Does what?
I was gonna say, like, you know, I think it means like a game, like specifically an online game. For the earliest memories I have, like EverQuest, The Sims Online, because for people who didn't know, The Sims had like a really short-lived like online version back like right before WoW came out.
You had to pay a monthly fee too.
Yep. Actually, yeah, like one thing, not that I was involved in it, I was in the guild of someone who straight up enticed a minor to leave her parents and kidnapped her. This dude was like legitimately my guild master. Remember that shit?
Oh, I remember.
Yes, this is back in old school vanilla WoW. Old GM I had. Don't remember his character name. I remember playing a warrior. That's all I remember.
It's fine. We don't need names because those would have to be redacted anyway.
Yeah, I was trying to remember who I can remember his handle. I don't. But yeah, like we were raiding. I remember we were doing Blackwing Lair, and then GM just stopped showing up one day. His brother took over leading the raids, and we're like, that's weird. And then I remember going to check the server forums because back in the day, before they had all the linked servers on WoW, each server had its own different forum, trading, finding guild recruiting, whatever, what have you. And somebody posts X name was arrested for this, and I was like the guy I listened to raid commands from. Like, what are you talking about? And then links to the police report, articles, all this nonsense. I was just like, G quit the next day. I was like, hey, Top Gear Rogue looking for progression rating.
I remember
It's like-
this.
It was wild. Like, and then that was kind of the one thing, like just seeing directly involved with people. Like I talk to people on Ventrilo like every day, so it's like it was just like internet is kind of a wild place out there. But to give the TLG of the situation, he was from Ohio, she lived in South Carolina. Very, very drastic age difference, and he convinced her to get Western Union her some money. She got on a train, bounced. They left. Couldn't find him for like weeks. Like he left his house with her, and took weeks to find him. It was just like, what is going on? Like this is ridiculous. This is completely insane.
That's only the ones that they found and caught.
Yeah.
Think of the numerous cases that this is not ended in an arrest or capture or anything like that.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really familiar with too many of the safety scandals for online gaming personally, because
There are a lot.
I've always been in my own world. But I know that they're out there. They've been out there for many years, especially because PC games, like PC was kind of an unmonitored land for a good while. You know, now it's become more monitored, and then you have things like Discord, so people.
Oh my god!
Typing, you know what I'm
The
saying?
amount of
But-
Discord scandals is crazy.
yeah, but Discord still has terms of services, and Discord still has some form of moderation. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, it can be taken care of in different ways. Whereas, like, Ventrilo and TeamSpeak and Skype, they were a little bit more free back
Yeah.
then. Like, they were a little bit more open.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
nothing was
So-
backed up. There was no way, there was literally no, unless you were audio recording your computer, like there was no way to like
Prove it.
anything happened on Ventrilo or
Correct.
TeamSpeak.
But now I'm sure Discord has their own set of servers and things of that nature where, you know, if something needs to come up, they can submit something to the authorities if necessary. I'm not saying that it's guaranteed that they do, but I'm sure there's something out there that hosts this kind of stuff.
Telegram has its scandals too.
Telegram has had their scandals forever. WhatsApp too. Like, there's a bunch of people are always going to find a way.
Especially because those are encrypted, so like essentially things are private.
Like I said, people will always find a way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go on the dark web or anything of that sort to access the
Really don't.
unsafe information. That's just, you know, it's not necessary.
Or not even just
So-
unsafe information, things that you just probably shouldn't see as a kid, like rotten.com.
So are the Roblox problems new? Are they really new, or is it just history repeating itself on a bigger scale or a newer scale?
History repeating itself. There's nothing new.
Yeah,
I mean, this
fortunately,
is like
it's not.
stuff that's happened in Second Life.
It's unfortunately nothing new. It's just a matter. It's kind of like when the way I see news like this happening now is the way people looked at headlines from Florida for the longest time. It's not that Florida is really that much crazier in places. It's just that all headlines in Florida are public knowledge.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you about some crazy stuff that happened 15 minutes down the road that's became obviously national news, but crazier than anything I ever read on a Florida headline. But
Like,
like,
you know, the dude that robbed the bank.
no, I'm talking about the dude that beheaded his dad.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. No, that was wild.
I remember that story. So, like, I'm surprised that you didn't remember that story.
The
I mean,
everywhere is wild is basically what I'm getting at. But now with the way technology is advanced, it's much easier to if you are so inclined to be a scumbag, find victims. Be a victim if you are naive enough or young enough, or C, because there are way too many tools now for them to access this shit.
Now, because of social media, whenever something does happen locally, that stuff is like world known in like seconds. After that first news report goes up, you can literally just type in Twitter, wherever you live at, instantly find stuff. news articles, crazy stuff happening, just like instantly. So now we just have access to all these things and knowledge of crazy events that are happening within different towns. But as far as like, this is nothing new. Nothing new at all. It's the same. It's the same things that have always been happening. It's just different. Remember, it used to be. Now it used to be like, don't talk. Remember back in the day, it was like, don't talk to strangers. Don't.
My favorite meme is like, don't get in strangers' cars. Now we have apps where we summon strangers to pick us up in their cars.
Yeah. But there's been some horror.
You don't just eat food from anybody, and now there's apps where people will bring you food.
Yeah, we just ignored all that stuff. Like
The
there's
teachings
so
are
many
different
horror
nowadays, but
stories.
that's why I asked the questions that I asked, because how are you supposed to be teaching online safety? How are you supposed to be teaching safety in general when everything that we used to teach and everything that we've been taught is now being completely flipped upside down because of apps?
It's no rules no more. Like, that's what it feels like.
So is it now the Wild Wild West, or were we in the Wild Wild West?
I think it's worse now.
Yeah, when you
Oh my
make that
God.
when you make that argument, yeah, it is objectively worse now because of what is available to us.
So I started thinking about all the things that I've heard that have happened on social media, especially in terms of like ride share. Yo, some of the horror stories I've heard from ride sharing is insane. Like people get picked up and murdered straight, just right off the bat after they get picked up. Yo, that did not happen when we were kids because ride sharing didn't exist. Like maybe it, like yeah, we had. Well, technically, I guess ride sharing would be a cab, but
It was just basic cabs, like,
I don't think
And
we
you
were
still
getting-
had taxi cab murders. There was a
Yeah.
show called Taxi Cab Confessions for a reason.
Yeah.
That's
Things
right.
happen.
Yeah. But what are the number? But the cases of taxi cab drivers? Well, there was a big thing of taxi cab drivers getting zeroed. I remember that. But them zeroing people didn't really hear a lot of that.
Well, yeah, because a lot of taxi cab drivers would get hit in cities at the end of the night because that's when they got all the cash on them. So
Yeah.
before like credit card machines were like really putting the cabs and everything.
Which is another reason, which is another thing that's changed. The thing that changed now is people don't really carry cash. As a matter of fact, the only people that I know that carry cash on them are old school people. Not gonna say old people, old school people, and maybe rappers.
Oh.
Because for the rappers, the cash is for the visual
Flex.
aesthetic. Yes, the flex. Whereas the old school people don't trust the machines and they don't trust the systems to not go down, and they need to have some money on them just in case something happens.
That and they can physically see what they got.
Correct. It's physical quantification of your money.
Exactly.
Whereas having your money in a bank account where you can track it digitally and say something goes down, the app don't work, blah blah blah. So it makes people uncomfortable. So I can understand the viewpoint of carrying cash. The other thing is that carrying cash makes you a target.
That's also true. That is very true because people.
It's easier to take something when it's on your person. But that's
now with
why
social media. And now social media, there's actually whole crime rings that are dedicated to scrolling through and surfing through social media and picking out targets from social media that have that flexing off watches and expensive clothes, cars, cash. So it's like, oh, I know you carry that on you. Oh, and now you're tagging your location. That's cool. We got people there that are gonna come.
and
pick
now
that up off.
Instagram has added a new location feature.
Which by the way, if you haven't, if y'all haven't, that shit's turned on by default. You make sure you turn that
No,
on.
it's off by default.
Mine was on.
Oh,
Oh.
mine was off.
Mine was on. I had
I
to go
triple
in.
checked
I had to
it.
go on. I had to go in and turn mine off. It's the same
Yes.
thing like when Snapchat first did it. Like mine was on. And I was like, I had never turned location services on for this app, so I don't need people seeing where I'm at on the map. Like,
You sure? You don't want me to come find you?
I mean, if you want to come visit, you can.
But no, when I seen the map of people's locations on Instagram, I was like, this is wrong. This is
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
had a sense of
like,
dread looking at it. I was
tagging
like,
where
this
I am is
wrong.
fine. Like if I want to post something and I want to tag that I'm here, cool.
That's fine. I
But
don't need you just randomly putting my location out like that on a map.
no,
I didn't ask for that.
for everybody to see, for close
Everybody?
friends to see,
All the time?
even
All the
that to
time?
know.
Like, who does that benefit in the first place? No, like literally, no one asked for it. There's no benefit to it.
As
The
a,
only
as a,
person
the only time I see location sharing making sense, obviously, like parents would like share their iPhone, they can see where their kids are at.
Yeah.
It's the only
Or
time
in the
I think,
event-
or maybe if you're married with your husband, wife, maybe. But even then, that's still weird sometimes to me. But like, I understand in that instance.
I can see it being beneficial only in the event that you are already kidnapped and they somehow didn't take your phone off you. And you might want to put out a cryptic message on like, hey, I'm not safe. Location. Then like, okay, yeah. But the location thing is probably how you're going to end up in that situation in the first place.
Help me, Liam Neeson.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Listen, man, Black Mirror is real.
So if now today is the Wild Wild West, is there something about like Roblox's business model that makes the risks different from the old days?
I think the weird thing is that obviously you can't say it, they're never going to say it. I think Roblox is fine with this happening because it still gets them money.
We'll get into that.
It barely scratches their bottom line.
We'll
I
get
think
into
they're more
that.
concerned with, well, how does this affect our bottom line rather than
We'll
like,
get into that.
what about the safety of the kids? Like, they're,
Yeah, we'll
they're
get
a
into that.
multi-billion-dollar corporation. Roblox is the most played game in the world. That's true. You can go look at the statistics. It's the most played game in the world. I think what they say how many players are playing it. It's like billion. Like a billion users, billion players online on Roblox. There's like a lot of people playing it.
Estimated 380 million monthly active users. That was 2024.
That's still a lot. That's a lot. That's more than Fortnite. That's more than any
For
current MMO.
For context, WoW's peak was Wrath of the Lich King. That was 12 million monthly people.
Yeah, that's
'Consider that an overwhelming success.
300. You said 380 million monthly
Yes.
users. That is. Isn't that more? Wait, 380 million is more than the population of America, I think.
Yes, it is.
So you mean to tell me a country is playing one game monthly,
Daily.
daily? A country.
It says it said estimated daily. Like I guess the ones that are always daily on it says 118 million quarter two this year, and then but for 2024 active monthly average for all 2024 is 380 million. So that number is potentially
That's
going up.
average. Yeah, that's average.
Yeah, that I'm saying that's just last
Higher
year.
or lower. Yes.
So potentially higher this year. We'll see at the end of the year.
Yeah, this scandal is what's gonna take some off because a lot of people are protesting to not play Roblox in solidarity with Schlepp as a sign of resistance to their decision to ban him.
And also because of what we're going to talk about next.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it. I definitely get it. So, are there other games that you can think of that have problems on a similar scale to this Roblox issue?
I think Minecraft was having issues like this a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, Minecraft did. Yeah, there's a couple Minecraft YouTubers that got caught doing that.
Yeah, like trying to like entice kids to like come out like and visit them and stuff like that. Yeah, like there was this Minecraft definitely went through this couple years. But the thing was Minecraft compared to Roblox, Minecraft is like was a different beast because people had to make their own servers and you had to get people to come to your servers and everything like that.
Right.
Like there's not just an online lobby of like Minecraft that you can do. Like except for like, I think if you play like adventure mode has online co-op, but that's about it.
Yeah, but as far as like,
but sorry, specifically the
dedicated-
Minecraft story mode release they made, I think that has a co-op mode. But
Minecraft doesn't have dedicated like official services. You have to find a server.
But it was easy to like the way kids were finding these things, like you were just looking up like, oh, like tips and tricks Minecraft servers and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, if you're new to the game, come here, like, and learn how to play the game and whatnot, and some other stuff. Like, we'll talk about that later. It's like, what do you mean talk about that later? It's like, oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Other than that, Minecraft.
Pull up in a van with some candy.
Digital van. No. Discords have become the digital van now. Given Roblox, Minecraft, other
Because
games.
it's the primary way that people communicate within these games.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true. And it's sad that it's gotten to that point, but this is how technology has progressed, and there aren't a lot of federal laws around digital content
Because it's
outside of like copyright shit. Like, let's be so fucking for real here. Outside of the obvious CP in like DMCA, there are not a lot of regulations and rules regarding the internet.
Well, again,
those two
because
things
it's
is like
messy.
the only things.
You realize why? Like, literally, the internet. So your state laws govern what? Your state, right?
Yeah.
Federal laws govern the country.
Yeah.
The only thing that governs the world is the Geneva Convention at this point.
Yeah. I'm not saying that like you need to clamp down on the internet. I'm not saying that at
I
all.
mean, they're trying to clamp
I don't
down on
think-
illegal anime on the internet, right? Shutting
think they
down
should do
things
that
like
either.
the Pirate Bay and 9anime and all of those pirating sites. Nintendo's trying to clamp down on whatever people are pirating off the internet from when it comes to
That
this
is also, but that also falls under DMCA.
correct, but that's also not falling under any specific laws. Like
Yeah, we're
they're
talking copyright
they're
at that
like
point.
people, yeah, but people are violating terms of service, and so everything is making you sign and agree to a terms of service. If you don't agree to the terms of service, then you can't use the product. So essentially what you're doing is you're being forced to agree to whatever their terms of service agreement is, and whether you abide by it or not, they're allowed to exterminate your services as they see fit, such as the Nintendo Switch 2 and using whatever the cartridge was that people were using that caused them to get their consoles bricked. You spend $400, $500 on a console just for it to be bricked a week later because you had something that came from somewhere else or from somebody else.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. I think that is a messed up extreme of someone's terms of service, and I think overall,
And sometimes terms of service is great.
And I think overall there should be consumer protections when it comes to something like that, because it's like, all right, I get that you are a private company and all that other stuff. Like, there has to be protections and safety on the user's end, so you just don't get to do whatever you want and then be like, oh, what's in the terms of service? No, but it's still anti-consumer what you did.
Because if they told you that the terms of service said that they were going to sell your information and you were required to agree to it, oh, we're going to sell your information and we're going to use your information for advertising, and you don't really have a choice because it's written in their terms of service. Now it's considered a legally binding document because I checked the box and it said accept.
When overall that should never be allowed in the first place. There should be an overall
government
law that says,
regulations
hey,
are a little
you can't
loose.
sell. There should be a law that says, hey, you can't sell someone's private information. We don't give a shit if it's in the terms of service or not. That's illegal to do. Point blank. Period.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. And I think that sometimes these predatory practices that the different companies like there are so many different games within just the overall umbrella of Roblox, and the things that you can use your Robux for, etc., the things you can buy, the things that you can spend money on, the things that you can play. We actually just heard about
VR Chat's another one too. That is
What's another one?
VR chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. The amount of crazy shit that I have heard regarding VR chat. Yeah, it's
I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
so
But
VR chat is like it's a virtual world.
Like
It's a-
metaverse.
Virtual platform.
just take like Second Life, but make it like fully VR. But like it's
Yeah.
custom. It's customizable in the sense of like Roblox in a way.
Roblox.
Like you can
Yeah.
like have your own avatars and upload it to servers. And,
It's a platform, essentially.
yeah. So, but like making your own games, monetization within Roblox, people pirating games like Peak and inside of Roblox and having massive microtransactions more than the real game had.
Yeah.
It's
Real game has
bad.
no microtransactions in it at all.
Right. It's
Everything's
bad
unlocked
when the
in the
creator
game.
of the game says, we'd rather you pirate our game than to go and play that.
Yep.
That's bad. That's bad.
And that's not the only one. Again, I saw a Marvel Rivals ripoff in that game. I've seen an Overwatch ripoff in that game too.
Oh, once you make one, it's easy to make the other at that point.
I've seen Dragon Ball ripoffs. I've seen like so
somebody
many-
remade My Hero in that, and like had all the quirks for the different characters, and I was like, it's crazy.
I don't know how they circumvent copyright laws with the amount of shit that is in that game.
Because
I remember Second
it's
Life-
not being sold.
it is
Sold.
because
Because
they're making money off, but they're
they're
making,
making
money
money
off of these
off
games
of it.
that people are playing that
Yeah,
have the
they're
copyright
making money
content.
off of it, but they're not selling the game. You see what I'm saying? Roblox is a free to play game, right?
Yeah.
So Roblox is the game. That is just a creation inside of Roblox by a user. So it's like drawing fanfic on DeviantArt.
But what I don't understand
Fair use
Is
is a
that-
very tricky thing to like enforce in a legally like punishable way.
it's weird, too,
And that's
because-
a weird umbrella right there.
and it's weird too because Second Life got into trouble with copyright a few years back because people were selling items that were based off of Marvel, DC, and other properties. So now you can't even sell anything that is based off of that. It has to be 100% yours, and you cannot charge in like if it's something that's based off of like an existing IP, there can't be a price tag to it. But I have seen someone sell like armor from like Halo or Destiny or whatever that they've made, but it's the price is zero, so you can't. They're not making money off of it because they legally cannot make money off of it. Roblox doesn't
Yeah.
have that, as far as I know.
But I mean, Second Life also has another level of security. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, did you have to confirm your age when you signed up for Second Life?
What up, Goji? He said also they technically can't control the asset users using the game.
Technically.
Yeah,
Technically.
technically, they can't. No, that's technically on us.
So we're gonna forward a little
has-
bit. We're gonna fast forward a little bit. I want to get into the next segment of what we got going on because it's still directly related to exactly what we're talking about. So we talked about what the Wild Wild West in Roblox is. We talked about the dangers of online safety and game safety or whatever, and what the current state of the game is. Now let's talk about the repercussions from that. As of recently, Roblox has actually come under a lot of fire. So there are numerous lawsuits against Roblox as we speak. One lawsuit actually is from a family that, and I believe they're from like Idaho or something like that, or Iowa. But the family basically alleges that their 13-year-old child was groomed on Roblox and then subsequently was kidnapped
Jesus.
after the child thought that they were meeting another teen, and the person on the other side turned out to be a 37-year-old predator. And so the child was kidnapped in May of 2025. This just happened. like a couple months ago.
They still don't have the kid back.
The kidnapping led to sexual abuse and trafficking.
So they don't have their kid back yet?
I believe they have their kid back now. This isn't the first time. The kidnapper was actually caught and was charged with like 4 counts of different things or whatever, but like still
child endangerment, kidnapping, all that.
Yeah, like he is potentially facing more charges. So, but like trafficking, abuse, all of that stuff, like that's crazy. But this isn't the first time that Roblox had faced a lawsuit from the parents of players either, because the lawsuit indicates the lawsuit also indicates that Roblox has the safety tools that they can use.
Oh, they do.
Age verification, parental controls, monitoring systems. And they allege that the company doesn't use them because they might impact their user engagement metrics.
Oh my God, that is comically evil.
The attorney for the family also stated that they are representing 400 other families with similar stories.
400 families is crazy.
And
But-
that's not even the end of it.
But the thing is like, I'm shocked it's that low. I'm surprised
There's
there's not more.
And that's just the people who come out about it, who've gotten in.
So there's
knowing
got to
that
be
they-
thousands, if not millions more.
Absolutely. But that's not even the worst of it. The state of Louisiana is currently suing Roblox. There's literally a
Whole-ass
lawsuit.
state.
The whole state, the state of Louisiana. So in addition to the previous case, the state of Louisiana has also filed a child protection lawsuit against Roblox for permitting and perpetuating an online environment in which child predators can thrive. The
You're not wrong.
lawsuit says that 56% of the population of the game are 16 and under, and there's no requirement for age verification or parental controls. And the state of Louisiana is aimed to protect the children of the state. 56% of how many million? 364 million?
380, whatever it was.
380 million?
380 million.
56% of that population is 16 and under.
After they said that they don't want to put anything in place because it will affect.
You got a whole
Yeah.
state suing Roblox, filing a lawsuit against Roblox. When you have a state filing a lawsuit, it's time to start reassessing.
Just
Like
put
I said, there was some
Safety
impact.
measures in. Instead of worrying about your sales metrics. Like,
And
what?
yes, Goji, that's exactly right. That's just who that lawyer is representing. There's no telling how many other lawsuits are going on, how many other lawyers have this going on, how many other families these lawyers are representing. That's just this one lawyer.
You know how evil you have to be like, nah, we don't want to stop predators because it could hurt our sales. After people are like, hey, you need to
It
put
can hurt
safety
our
measures in
user
place. And then
engagement
you tell
metric.
them, nah, go fuck yourself. We don't care. It could affect our bottom line. That
You know what else affects your user engagement metric?
people not
making
being
a-
on it.
No, cultivating a freaking environment where pedophiles can thrive.
Yeah. Yeah. And then getting rid of people who actually try to stop them.
The thing with the companies like that when they do stuff like this, I'll never understand is like obviously like we all know like how crazy like some CEOs are our capitalist society where it's just like gotta maximize money as much as possible right now. It's like, you know what will get you more money faster? Fixing the problem, because a lot of people like when shit like that happens, and then you'll get more support. Crazy idea.
I don't
They-
know why companies are allergic to good publicity. Listen, we need to stop using this whole any
Because
publicity is good
bad
publicity.
publicity
That is
spreads
not-
faster.
Bad publicity still don't work in your favor, as Target has
There's no such
been
thing
shown
as bad
that.
publicity.
like bad publicity don't help you. In the long run, it doesn't help you. Short term, yes. Long term, it'll destroy your company. Because there's tons of companies that have bad publicity that are out the fucking door now.
Yeah, but there are also companies that come out with an apology and a quick turnaround, and then all of a sudden that bad publicity is turned into a hero story about how they changed.
Because they're still showing accountability. Roblox isn't showing accountability.
Are we
They
sure?
got rid
Because
of-
I believe that they're supposed to be starting showing accountability now by implementing all of these safety checks that they
now-
have the tools to use for over 15 years.
Yeah,
Also now-
because the boogeyman got summoned. That's why.
Yes, V, that's exactly what I said. Their stocks are taking a hit.
Hey, like I'm
Do
saying, I
you
think
really think putting your consumers first would actually make you more money? Really? Really?
well, we know that we know places like 2K don't think that.
So, are lawsuits the only way to push the company to act?
Yes.
Yes, they. Unfortunately, like let's be
Sorry.
honest. Let's say we have what in recent news I can think of. We have what 2 good CEOs I can think of. The Arizona one,
Yeah.
the Costco guy.
Yeah, that's it.
That's 2 good CEOs I can think of. Then we got probably for every 2 good CEOs, probably got 500 shitty selfish ones.
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean,
the
like the one that was caught at the baseball game
Yeah,
and the Target CEO
the only 2 good the only
who had to
CEOs
step
that-
down because of DEI.
Well, you can also I guess you can add Mark Cuban to like good CEOs.
he's not questionable. Like he's teetering a little bit.
Yeah, questionable, but for the most part, I don't know no good CEOs. Bro.
Hey, Hustle, let me ask you a question. You ever met a morally positive rich man?
Tony Hawk.
Would you consider Tony Hawk rich?
Tony Hawk is
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's like the old Chris Rock. There's rich and there's wealthy.
True. Tony Hawk is rich. He's not
Tony Hawk
wealthy.
is rich. He's not.
I'm
wealthy.
just saying, you ever met a rich man who hasn't swam in the gray area?
Like personally met or like you talking about your story? Like
Just heard of. Just
Shaq is wealthy and relatively like morally good. Relatively.
I'm trying to think.
I'm trying to know the programs he does for like the affordable stuff for like kids and stuff like that.
sure.
I'm trying to think of
He
like
built the
when he put up
YMCA for
affordable
kids
housing.
out here in Newark.
Yeah.
But
Oh wait, there was
then there
the
was
housing
also
thing,
his whole scandal that got blown up at one point in time.
but the housing thing where he was building apartments, but they were like way more expensive than anybody in Newark could afford. Yeah, that was not cool.
What?
Yeah,
What's with
he
people in Jersey in the real estate? Damn. Shaq, DJ, NB. Come on, man.
Queen Latifah.
Wait, she did some scamming too? I ain't know about that.
She didn't do scamming, but she's building housing, but I believe it's also not affordable in Newark.
See, there you
Allegedly,
go.
allegedly.
Goji said Shaq is aligned with a lot of negative corporations.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
very true. Didn't he work for Fox?
No, he was working for TBS or TNT.
He was
whatever
working
it
for
was.
Fox too.
So,
Fox Sports.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, we can say a CEO is a good CEO, etc. But first of all, I ain't never met a rich man. Secondly, I've never met that's a lie. But like, I've never met a morally positive rich man that's literally absolved of everything. Like, does no dirt. Everybody does dirt. Your regular man does dirt. So
Well, hell,
what makes me think that
look at it this
a
way.
rich man is going to be completely ethical, and
Look
that's
at it
how
this
he
way.
got rich?
Or look at it this way: we're not rich because we have ethics.
No, that's all.
I mean,
Ethics
other
and
things.
opportunity. We haven't had opportunity. Sometimes it's
That-
inspiration, opportunity, and the stars aligning,
And
or
being ruthless
it
as
could
fuck,
be,
apparently.
being ruthless, and there could be numerous different factors in order to come up. But remember that money is the root of all evil.
That's true. Well, yeah. I was gonna say greed, but like,
Still
if
boils
we didn't
down.
have money, you can't be greedy about. Well, no, you can still be greedy.
You can be greedy, but
feel like
you're
greed is
killing me
wrong.
here with the please, not the face, please. Just killing me. But yeah, so by all means, I 100% understand that. Like, sure, we can call somebody a good CEO, but like that moral compass thing, I
Like,
think
we
it's
said two
been
niggas. We ain't say we ain't say a lot.
even them. Like, I think the moral compass spins, and it all depends on which way you align. So, I really think that humans go by chaotic neutral, lawful neutral, like lawful evil, lawful good. I think that alignments are an actual thing.
I think so too.
Like, I really think that alignments are actually a thing. So, does banning Roblox in countries like Kuwait and Turkey actually help, or does it punish normal players? Banning anything, like, what does banning do? Because as far as I know, to me, banning just makes people want it more. Look how much people wanted TikTok when it was banned.
Yeah, true. I mean, when it was banned, I said my piece, and
You started realizing the other companies that TikTok was involved in, like, or that ByteDance was involved in, like, yo, I can't use CapCut no more.
that pissed me off. I was like, come on, I can't use CapCut. Really? I understand TikTok, but I can't use CapCut. Come on. That pissed me off. But I eventually was, I went through the 5 stages of grief.
How you go
Yeah,
through the
TikTok.
5 stages of grief in a day and a half?
Hey, listen, that was quick. I had already downloaded Red Note on my shit, so I was like, well,
Oh, you was ready to go straight to the Chinese.
let's go see what our Chinese brothers.
He's like, yeah, why go for the imitation? Go straight to the source.
Yeah.
All right, so it says what role should regulators versus platforms play, but I don't know that regulation is kind of a thing that needs to be brought into this. I'm not sure, but the real question is, do you think that these lawsuits are going to have a residual effect on the rest of gaming depending on the outcome?
I don't think so, only because most games are not like Roblox. Most games have a set thing that you do within them. The only one that I think comes close to possibly approaching that is like Fortnite, because Fortnite's becoming more of a platform rather than just battle royale. Because I mean, Fortnite started off as like a tower defense game, then evolved into a battle royale, and now has evolved into a platform for other things that you can do. Now that Epic has released part of the engine, I guess, so you can make your own things within Fortnite now. So you can make your own first-person shooters within it, or what if you wanted to.
Wouldn't that make Roblox a platform?
Yeah, Roblox is a platform. It's more of a platform than
Which
it is a
means
game.
that
It's a
now,
blank slate that you could do things within it.
so does that mean that Roblox is essentially like the Facebook or Instagram of games?
It's more like, because it's like open source, it's more like the Linux of that. You know what I mean? Rather than like the Facebook.
So it's like
Facebook is
Snapchat.
Snapchat's owned by Meta.
Snapchat's owned by Meta now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Meta owns Snapchat, they own WhatsApp, they own Instagram and
Facebook. Mm-hmm.
And they own something else. I can't remember.
So essentially, Meta has a monopoly on social media.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for, TikTok, there would be no competition.
We still don't know who TikTok got sold to.
We don't.
They did get sold.
Or partially sold.
Yeah, partially sold. We don't know who. They haven't said yet. It'll most likely be Meta as well.
So do we think that since regulations shouldn't maybe necessarily come in, do we think platforms should have some kind of
I think regulation is needed, but I think there also has like
legislation type regulation?
Something along the lines of that. But like I don't want things where like you want me to give my ID to a third party company and then there's no protections for me in place after I give my ID to a third party company. They're just gonna sell my fucking info to whoever.
The problem is though, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's all these sites are now doing that. I think I saw a video saying like if you're making like a brand new, never made before Meta account for anything, there's like picture ID verification now.
Yeah.
That they're like slow rolling out in certain areas.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
To be honest, I don't like that. I do not like having to submit my ID to something for verification, even if because my thing is that I can't trust your servers. I can't trust my information. So me voluntarily giving up some information is fine. But now you're requiring my ID, which means that now you have a copy of something that's officially from the government of mine on file. And you can't barely keep hold and keep secure the little free information that I actually give you.
You couldn't secure our social security numbers. Like we lost all that. That shit's out there in the open now. It's all over the place. So because you can't even hold down leaks,
you
why
can't
do I trust
protect my phone number? The amount of robocalls and spam calls that people get nowadays. You know what? Let me say this, because this has been getting on my nerves lately. If you make spam calls for a living, if you just use a number spoofer and dial somebody's phone, I hope you make a lot of money.
I hope you don't. What do you mean?
I hope you make a lot of money because I hope you die early.
Oh, okay, there you go.
We talk about my boy Scam Likely, man. He calls me all the time.
Like, I really hope that you expire well before your time. I wish that toothpicks would fall out of airplanes on you.
Yeah.
Just on a regular basis.
I ain't gonna hold you. I got more respect for drug dealers than I do scam callers. At least I know. At least you know what you're getting with a drug dealer. He sells drugs. Yeah, I mean, he's not out there trying to scam little old ladies out of their social security information.
Not even the scam. Like I'm talking about the scam callers who be trying to do the little bank things. I'm talking about the scam text messages. I get text messages calling me Mary, talking about they want to help with my house. Fam, she ain't never gave my phone number to nobody, and my name ain't Mary.
Or my favorite. Oh, you have a lost package. Click this link to go search your tracking info. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm bored and I just like mess with them on the phone. It's like, oh, your social security number. I'm like, oh no, that's crazy. What is it? Oh well, I need you to say to confirm it. Oh man, you said it got stolen though. Like I want to.
You should know.
I want to make sure we're on the same page. Like
sometimes I'll answer them, but I will not say the word yes. I will not say the word yes, because all they want is to record you saying this so that they can get information from you, so that they can go forward and use your stuff and steal your stuff. I'm good. You're not going to catch me. I'll say correct. I will not say yes.
Like
affirmative.
That is accurate. You're not going to catch me like that.
That statement is not untrue.
Or you just hit him with no habla inglés.
All right. So, quick hot take round.
Very chill.
Each panelist, so both of you guys, give me one sentence like a one sentence answer. If I was the Roblox CEO tomorrow, my first move would be.
I was about to go mad dark, but I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna say self delete, but resign. You gotta resign. You gotta resign.
I'm just saying, like, if you got promoted to be the Roblox CEO tomorrow,
I'm the new CEO.
If you,
I thought you were saying what the current.
not
CEO
if you were that person, like, but like if it was you who was the Roblox CEO tomorrow, what would your first move be?
I'm implementing parental controls.
Huh?
I'm implementing parental controls, and I'm also putting out a big ass notification, emails, and also an ad, or putting together an ad to inform parents of our new parental controls that we'll be adding into Roblox.
Yeah,
And
something
then
like some kind of message saying like, "Hey, we have a new terms of use," and I'm gonna make that thing the most obnoxious thing to sign as possible, but like that you guys sign like in all. I will also need to implement some way to like. You'd also need to implement some way to like so parents can see who their kids are communicating with on Roblox, like somehow, like some kind of like
An app,
approval or like an app, like or something like that.
like a partner app or something like that, like an app that the parents can look at on their phone, so they can approve of like, yeah, you can talk to this person, no, you can't talk to this person. I think Nintendo does that with their online.
Cash out.
Y'all ain't shit.
Say cash.
Y'all ain't shit for that.
Not wrong. Not
He
wrong.
said cash out. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm implementing safety features and roll out like a parent app to accompany Roblox.
Awesome. Unban and Schlep immediately.
Oh yeah, that too. Unbans.
And then I'm gonna help Schlep, like, because like, what are we talking about? Like,
Start a moderation team with Schlep. That's another thing too. Start working on.
You could hire him.
team.
yeah, that's what most of these companies do. Like when the
Hire
Sony,
him
like
and
when the
have him
big,
start up a moderation team. He knows how to find them.
like when the big Sony hack happened, they hired the
service. It's just wild that that's the hill that they chose to stand on, where somebody's violating terms of service, because technically it's kind of against the rules to, you know, position yourself to be put forth as appearing as a child.
But if he didn't do that, he would have never caught them. So it's like, well, what does he do in that?
It's a double-edged sword. It's a tough way to be.
It's like, what do y'all want?
But like, if you're gonna do it to him, then you need to do it to everybody else.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's becoming a martyr. He's being made an example out of.
And I want to know to the CEO and board of directors and all that stuff. Like, how exactly do you expect him to approach capturing them if he's not appearing as the thing that they want? How? Like real shit. Like, honestly, how's he supposed to catch predators, child predators, if he's not pretending to be a child? They don't want adults. They want kids.
They don't want him doing it at all. Because for some reason they think they know better, and by like not doing anything.
Chris Hansen wouldn't be able to catch as many predators as he has, and they didn't have decoys. They don't want adults. Like, what? I feel like I'm losing my goddamn mind, Joe. I really do. Because what the fuck are you talking about?
So, at the end of the day, and yeah, that's the question. So, how are these predators representing themselves? How are these predators representing themselves on Roblox to target these kids? That's a good question, and that's why I said it's a really weird hill to stand on. But you know, you got to if you're gonna do it to one, you got to do it to all. Yeah. So now, we about to close out in a minute, but ultimately it comes down to, you know, the big question is who is responsible for safety? You know what I'm saying? Is it the parents who buy the games or allow their kids to play these games? Is it the companies who are responsible for putting safeguards in place? We've gone through both sides at this point. We've gone through, you know, the parent side and what parents can do to help monitor and help to create a safer environment for their children, how they can watch things, how they can try to keep track on things. but we've also gone through what companies can do in order to try to make sure that they have a safer environment. And when it comes down to responsibility, you know what I'm saying? We could say it's not the company's responsibility. They don't have to, but at the end of the day, this is your product. No matter if it's a free trade or free whatever, it's still your product.
I just thought of something too to add on to parental responsibility is like limit the time that your kids spend in online games.
Well, that's
Start
screen
spending-
time.
Start limiting screen time. And if you are home in the same home as in, please start finding more time to just literally be hanging out with your kids and spending time with their kids so they don't feel like they need to go on these online spaces and spend hours upon hours. You get if you want to play game, go buy a Switch 2 and go play a bunch of family games together that don't involve online.
I gotta do the quote from Futurama real quick. Have you ever thought about turning off the TV, sitting down with your kids, and hitting them?
You know, when you said you were going to quote Futurama, like I literally thought you were going to quote "Bite my shiny metal ass."
Oh no!
I knew where he was going with that.
There was an episode of Futurama season like 2 where Bender was too raunchy for TV, and they were trying to find a way to ban him.
Yeah,
I remember that. No, it's true. It's like, dude, just go spend time with your kids. Like, I get it. You work hard, you get tired from work, all that stuff. Kids can be exhausting. I understand that. But like, at the end of the day, you are their front line to protect them from these things. If you're not actively getting involved to do that, or if you're not giving them an outlet that doesn't involve them diving into these online spaces, they can find themselves in some serious danger. So take some time out your day to go spend time with your kids, whether it's watching a movie, watching cartoons, playing video games, or going outside on a bike ride or something, or playing catch in the yard or something.
Okay, Jerry Springer with the final thought. I see you. I see you, bro. You took my whole job from me. Giving the
My
little
bad.
address to make sure that everybody.
My bad. I just
It's
it
fine,
just
it's
popped in my
fine.
head.
I don't have to do everything. I am okay with it. 1000%. So don't worry about me. Obviously, I have some more to add to that though, but you make good points. And like, yeah, I know that today's world is different from yesterday's world. We're not in the 90s or even the early 2000s anymore. Kids aren't going to go outside and just go play. You can't just tell your kid go play. Usually you're going to give them a device and they're going to have access to these online things. You can monitor your children's screen time. You can, set an age or try to keep them amongst age appropriate content. You can, try to make sure that they don't go off the rails too early. And then even when they start getting a little older, I know it's a little difficult to kind of keep a handle on whatever is happening, but that's part of being a parent. So I'm not going to tell anybody how to parent. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your kids and what not to do with your kids. Not my business. Not my fight. I don't care. But I will say this. We all have to take responsibility in some way, shape, or form. We can't put everything on a company and we can't put everything on the parents.
That's true.
That's where I think that we stand. So, with all of that being said, if you're a parent, feel free to let us know how you actually handle things like Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite in your household. How do you make sure that your kids stay safe? We'd love to hear from you. Shoot us a comment on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, anything. Shoot us a comment. Be sure to come back. I'm sure we'll have something juicy for you the next time we come around. But in the meantime, I want to thank you all for joining us on this episode. This was a little more serious than what we're used to. We can't really always be super, super funny, but I hope you still got that entertainment factor out of this one today. Either way, I want to sign off for now, along with the rest of these guys. And we just want to take a moment to say, if there's ever anything that you want to achieve, all you have to do is press the start button. Peace.
Later, y'all.